Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. For those who are not yet awake, the markets have begun, possibly, hopefully, to shoot upwards, and I'm not at the moment sure at all why this is actually happening. I searched around for a bit, as always, trying to figure out exactly why the market was going up. It seems like whatever triggered it could be in the process of reversing. I'm not exactly sure. So when I, even like about an hour and a half ago, Bitcoin was actually up around 9%. Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, and like Stellar, somewhere around this range, were up around 12%. And the other coins were kind of, whatever, they were kind of floating around anywhere from 6 to 8%, more or less. Tether was really weird because it was actually sitting at 95 cents as opposed to the normal $1, whole dollar that it should be sitting at. And this is why you see the line there, because there was a huge sell-off of it. Not exactly sure why, especially because, one, I'm in Europe. Therefore, I am hours ahead of the US, and everyone in the US right now at the time I'm making this video is probably sleeping. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. I assumed that first it had to be something that, with a ETF approval, potential ETF approval. Maybe someone in the States knew that something was going to happen with the ETF and therefore the prices went up. And then I was like, that doesn't make a lot of sense because everyone's over there asleep right now. So maybe someone got a text and they were like, it's go time. Whatever the case might be, this is weird. To kind of say the least. We had a huge drop off. We went sideways for a couple of days and now it's shooting back up. I hope that this continues. It looked like whatever might have happened is slowing down. I think this could have been accelerated if this had been timed properly. I'm going to obviously continue checking around to see if I end up finding more news about it, because I feel like something might have happened in Asia, but I've been checking for the last hour and nothing significant has actually come out of any country that is awake already compared to the United States. So I guess fingers crossed, maybe this is the start of a good week. But yeah, let's move on. Next up, some news from South Korea. South Korea's financial regulator on last Thursday, clarified that ICO issuance will remain banned despite the government's inclination towards setting up a blockchain hub in Seoul. Choi Jung-koo, the chairman of the Financial Services Commission, or the FSC, said during their parliament audit session that they should not confuse the potential of blockchain with the possibility of cryptocurrencies. He added that companies issuing crypto assets to generate funds for volatile projects could pose severe risks to investors. He said, many people say the Korean government should allow ICOs, but ICOs bring uncertainty, and the damage they can cause is too serious and obvious. For these reasons, many foreign countries ban ICOs or are conservative towards them, end quote. The remarks appear at the lawmakers' efforts to make amendments to South Korea's Electronic Financial Transaction Act, which does not recognize cryptocurrency transactions. There are currently 5 crypto-focused bills pending in the National Assembly that seek regulations for cryptos and ICO issuance. The digitized crowdfunding method remains banned since the FSC's direction in September 2017, which lawmakers believe is hurting South Korea's potential in the global blockchain market, obviously. The National Assembly has officially proposed to allow private ICOs. That is important, as the administration is sitting on its hands after imposing a total ban on ICOs in September last year. The National Assembly has come forward with an official recommendation, end quote. What's important here is the issuance of private ICOs, which is what I figured was going to. I think that at some point South Korea will allow ICOs. Once again, I feel like everyone is waiting for clarification. It's very odd. Like it's almost like they're waiting for the teacher to tell them that it's okay to like have lunch or something like that. Like everyone else is. This is why I said like sitting on their hands, like whatever the case might be. The point is, as far as private ICOs, I could definitely see this being a thing, because as far as like with IPOs, like in the normal stock market, these are not private, but it's like the people who are typically allowed to participate in a number of IPOs tend to be institutional investors. There's that word again. Those are people who are, it's another word for very rich. This is why we've had news from other countries that kept on saying that they thought that retail investors, that's us, weren't really in the know as to exactly what's happening in the cryptocurrency space, and therefore we should not be allowed to deal in ICOs. I definitely see that continuing to be a trend. I'm going to assume that once the US gives proper clarity and says that all ICOs are securities, we're going to have an avalanche of news from every other country who's going to have the exact same thing I'm sure this has all been drafted. If anything, there are at least 5 different proposals for every single country, and they're waiting to see exactly what the US is going to say, and then they're going to push that pile of paperwork forward, and the other 4 will be burned, whatever governments do to get rid of paperwork, and that will be the new law. So South Korea, I doubt, is not... I don't see them banning cryptocurrencies at all. I think ICOs remain the only thing that they can kind of grab hold of, because you constantly notice in all these cases for all the different countries, none of them are ever coming forward and talking about that they're banning cryptocurrencies themselves. They're looking for things that have fallen from the cryptocurrency tree that they can kind of squash and step on. And that's all that's going to continue happening. More or less, they know that crypto can't be gotten rid of. Is that a correct way of saying that? You can't stop crypto. You can't stop the idea of cryptocurrencies, and you can't stop people from transacting in them, but you can stop crowdfunding for businesses that have a centralized approach or that are in an office. You can pretty much hand them a letter and say you cannot do this. But anyway, let's move on. Next up, Dukascapy, I'm going to say Dukascapy, Bank SA, one of Europe's biggest forex exchanges, has decided to enter the crypto market by allowing trading of Ethereum CFDs, and what could be excellent news for the European Ethereum ecosystem. CFDs are more or less kind of like futures in the easiest way of explaining it. The Dukascapy team commented in an official announcement that this new service will be available starting today. This was actually a couple days ago, making it possible for many clients unfamiliar with Ethereum to have more significant exposure to the cryptocurrency. They said starting from today, trading of the Ether USD CFD is available for Dukascapy Bank and Dukascapy Europe trading accounts. Ethereum USD trading conditions will be similar to the BTC USD. Got it. It is important to note that in addition to being registered as a Swiss bank, Dukascapy is also licensed to operate as a broker. Both permits are issued by the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, or FINMA. Thanks to its legal support, Dukascapy provides users with the confidence to have their funds safe in a transparent and legally secure environment. That's great. Until recently, Dukascapy focused entirely on fiat money transfers. One of the most important services offered by Dukascapy is contracts for differences or CFDs. It allows trading on the UK Brent and US crude. More than 10 indexes include the IBEX 35. All of that's not really important at all. Switzerland is, I still think, poised to make sure that they're not left behind at all in the cryptocurrency space. Even just being able to trade Ethereum futures, I think, is also significant. And I think I read somewhere else, I can't remember, I feel like I also read somewhere that they're going to be like allowing deposits as well for cryptocurrencies. Could be absolutely insane. But it's interesting how other countries are taking an approach to adopting cryptocurrencies, and especially banks and other countries seemingly are no longer afraid, because I think that, the biggest domino pieces have already started falling, so everyone else is trying to get into it. But it's interesting to see exactly how banks, especially Swiss banks, which I'm not surprised at all that they are so open and welcome to the idea of making more money, because Switzerland's already rich. They kind of know how the game works. But let's hope that this ends up continuing. And like I said before, I'm pretty sure that Switzerland is going to, I wouldn't be shocked if in like 10 years, Switzerland, Malta, and let's say like South Korea and Japan are like the go-to places when you want to live comfortably with your cryptocurrency. I'll kind of put it that way. Next up, investors will soon be able to trade Litecoin on the Winklevoss's brother-focused cryptocurrency exchange known as Gemini. The exchange announced on Friday that it would soon enable deposits and trading for Litecoin, adding the early Bitcoin spinoff to its existing offerings of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Zcash. Vice President of Engineering at the firm, Eric Weiner, wrote in a blog post that the move comes as part of the exchange's effort to support the future of money by providing a safe and regulated environment for both innovation and consumer protection, end quote. The listing has been approved by the New York State Department of Financial Services, or FDFS, no, that's NYDFS. Weiner continued, noting that Gemini is held to the highest standards of banking compliance and fiduciary obligations under the regulator's watch. Gemini takes a security-first approach and has been working closely with the NYDFS to gain approval for Litecoin trading and custody services. The exchange's clients can begin depositing Litecoin into their accounts, I believe, on Saturday. Yep. Full trading will begin 3 days after at the same time on Tuesday, that is tomorrow, according to the Post. I'm actually shocked that this didn't happen before. I'm still shocked that a lot of other cryptocurrency exchanges, or rather even Gemini, there are a lot of other coins. Maybe it's because Litecoin has been out for a very long time at this point, and I guess there's more of a like a history behind it so that they can know that it's not a security. But there are a lot of other coins that clearly don't seem like they are securities, especially if they were created and kind of just thrown out there. Whatever the case might be, Litecoin, to me, may not be one of the largest coins or fastest coins or the most innovative or the what people are using on a daily basis, but I'm pretty certain I don't see Litecoin going anywhere. Like, I don't foresee a future where Litecoin isn't around. I don't know if it's gonna hit 1/4 the price of Bitcoin like many people are hoping or saying that it's going to, but I can see Litecoin hitting like 1,500 a coin when Bitcoin is like at 35,000. I think Litecoin is definitely, at least for me, like it may not be the strongest hold to have, but I think Litecoin's price will probably continue to go a lot higher. What we need right now is confirmation from the entire backed thing that's happening in November as to exactly what coins they're going to be listing on their cryptocurrency exchange. That is going to be an incredible moment when we know exactly. Obviously, it's going to be Bitcoin, but if we have like probably Ethereum as well, because everyone is like it's the safest bet. If we get like confirmation that they're going to be adding like any of the other coins that we have out there, that is going to be confirmation that not only are they probably not securities, but these are probably going to be very strong holds. So I don't want to say hold your breath, but cross your fingers that maybe Litecoin and some other coins actually get added to the crypto exchange for the New York Stock Exchange as well, because that would be a very good day for those people holding that coin. So Ethereum is in the news. I'm going to read one and then you'll understand. Open source coders backing the Ethereum project now say its next upgrade, Constantinople, is on track for a November release. Revealed in a bi-weekly developers meeting on Friday, attendees said the upgrade has already been coded into all major Ethereum clients, including those by the Ethereum Foundation and UK startup Parity, the most popular versions of the software that now moves more than $20 billion in cryptocurrency. As such, developers said during the call that the upgrade is likely to go live this year. Still, a hard date has yet to be finalized in which an activation time triggered at a particular block would be built into the code. That happened, and then this happened. Ethereum's main test network, Ropsten, is currently at a standstill. Code for Ethereum's upcoming hard fork, dubbed Constantinople, was set to be activated on Ropsten at block 4.2 million. However, according to blockchain explorer sites such as Etherscan and BlockScout, the current Ropsten network is stalled at 4.299, so it's just before actually being activated. Afri Shoden, release manager for the Ethereum client Parity, explained that the reason for the stall was a lack of miners on the Ropsten network to push the newly upgraded blockchain forward. He wrote in a public Gitter channel. In other words, though Constantinople was released in Ropsten, miners failed to upgrade their software. Shoden wrote, the fact that all clients are stuck means that there is no valid Constantinople block yet, adding a plea for Ethereum developers to boot up upgraded Ropsten nodes or computer servers able to mine Constantinople activated blocks. Several proponents in the same chat room have responded to the plea and are currently working to resolve the issue. This might have already been resolved, but as of now, it seems like it probably hasn't. There was a bit of a fervor. People were getting very excited because they thought that What it comes down to is that when Constantinople is actually activated, this lays the framework for the next two major upgrades that we are expecting or have been expecting for 2 years. So you can imagine there's a bit of a buzz around all of this. Everyone is waiting for Casper and Plasma, and Constantinople is kind of like laying down the bricks so that you can actually drive your car across the road. And the news that it was stalling or that it hadn't been activated, that the network wasn't moving, was a bit of an issue. So let's hope. Let's hope that this all gets going. But it's very odd, and I love the timing of it as well. I don't have the exact article here. There was something that happened a day or two ago, and I can't remember. I think it was one of the head Bitcoin developers. When this happened, when the network was stuck or stalled, quote unquote, he went on a tirade and was talking about how Bitcoin Cash was horrible, EOS should have never been created, and Ethereum was like run by like childish developers who didn't know how to like do their code and stuff like that. And I thought it was very interesting that he decided to step on them when something negative happens to happen on the project. At some point, this will get moving. No one knows exactly when. I am still like not even like kind of hoping. I really hope that Constantinople actually gets activated sometime in November. That would be absolutely wonderful, because that would then mean that hopefully by February, March, we might then have at least Casper being activated on the Ethereum network, which would be monumental, as it would be the beginning of the potential, I have to say potential, the potential flippening in the cryptocurrency space. But yeah, let's hope that I'm pretty sure that they'll get it going. But at the moment, everyone is kind of holding their breath to hope that this actually gets going. Last up, unable to stay out of the news is TRON. The team of the cryptocurrency project known as TRON has reportedly partnered with China's largest internet search provider called Baidu. Crypto market news service Coinbase has claimed this in a tweet last Thursday, citing its private correspondence with TRON's team. Neither TRON nor Baidu has been able to confirm the partnership to Cointelegraph as of press time, without specifying the details of the partnership. Coinbase has claimed that the deal between TRON and China's internet giant Baidu will be officially revealed by the cloud storage service Baidu sometime this week, while Coinbase claims that TRON has exclusively confirmed the partnership in private correspondence, because why not? The crypto platform itself has not yet officially announced any details of the partnership or even the identity of its new business partner. We spoke about this a couple days ago. TRON CEO Justin Sun has recently hinted on Twitter at a secret partnership with an unnamed industry giant that is valued at tens of billions of dollars. In his tweet posted on Friday, Sun had similarly provided a little information. He said, "Finally, first time to partner with tens of billions USD valuation industry giant. Guess the name," end quote. As mentioned on TRON's website, the decentralized internet company TRON Foundation was established in Singapore. That's not really that important. You guys know all of that. We've also had rumors that they've also been partnering with Alibaba and Tencent before. If this is real, if this ends up happening, if TRON is actually partnered in some sort of way with Baidu, TRON is then going to be a force to be reckoned with. For those who do not know what Baidu is essentially the Google of China. They're not the exact same because China's laws are a little bit different, but the Baidu is like the search engine. Like when you type in something at the, up here and you get automatically sent to Google, it's kind of the exact same thing. So if they are partnered with the Google of China, that would, one, not only cause a huge spike in price, but also it would mean that China has accepted TRON, and I'm going to try and explain it in the simplest and nicest way possible. I told you guys before, and I hope you guys did your research as far as like watching documentaries and figuring out exactly what's going on in China. You can even YouTube like China like Sesame credit. That should get you what you need to know what's going on. China has a very strong clamp on every single thing that happens within their country, And as such, they don't have Twitter, they don't have Instagram, they don't have Snapchat, they don't have YouTube, they don't have Skype, they have nothing. So they do have Baidu and they do have WeChat, and the government pretty much controls, they loom over everything and they know exactly what's going on. If TRON has indeed partnered with the Google of the country, this means that the country has then, or rather the government, has accepted TRON as something not that they can control, but that they are comfortable with having in their country, if that makes sense. And that would all but solidify my theory from before. I was saying if China is going to accept cryptocurrencies and not as even like payments or whatever, I think, or I felt that it would have to be cryptocurrencies that were based in China, that they could, choosing my words, that they could be able to know what's happening with these projects on any given time. And I said before, I thought it would be TRON and NEO, as NEO has been called the Chinese Ethereum, not my words, for quite some time. So if this, we're supposed to, find out sometime this week. If it does not happen, or rather, if the company that Justin Sun has been talking about is just like another adult website, or like they make like Pampers or something like that, TRON is just fluff. But this has been hinted at for quite some time by Justin Sun, and if he manages to deliver, TRON is even, not even like on the western side of the world, quote unquote, TRON will have definitely solidified itself as a major cryptocurrency, and it's all resting on this week. That's not to say that in the future they won't have other amazing partnerships or other things that are going on. The things that they said were partnerships before in the past ended up being the company just accepting them as a payment method. But as Baidu is more or less kind of like a major search engine, I don't think you would be able to enter Tronics into their system and then be able to search. I wonder how deep the partnership would actually go. It's all very interesting, and let's see if this actually ends up happening. I myself am very interested in knowing if this is going to be the thing that propels TRON forward. But in the past, we've also had news like this before, and it ended up being a flop. So let's see if they actually can deliver this time. Alrighty, everyone. That is definitely going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, and or evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be. Hope it's absolutely amazing. Let's see if the prices can keep up. I have a strong... I wonder what caused it. I wonder what caused the market to go up like this. Especially a straight line up. I don't know. Let's hope that it continues. Let's hope by the time you all have woken up, the movement still goes in the exact same way. But if it doesn't, it's still nice to at least see green on a Monday morning. Thank you once again, and I'll talk to you all soon. See you.